man must be self-sufficient. That doesn't mean rejecting people, it means not needing them to feel whole. Every powerful man in history, Marcus Aurelius, Nietzsche, Machiavelli, understood that solitude is the forge of greatness. You find your true self only in silence, not in the noise of false friendship. When you walk alone, you see clearly who walks with you genuinely, and who only followed your light. 7. Why real loyalty is rare. Loyalty is not tested in comfort, it's tested in conflict. When you're down, fake friends vanish. When you're up, they return with smiles. Most people are loyal to their needs, not to you. Real loyalty demands selflessness, and that's why it's rare. The loyal man stays even when there's nothing to gain. He protects your name even when you're not in the room. He celebrates you even when he's struggling himself. But such men are few. So few that when you find one, treat him like gold. Because the world breeds opportunists, not loyalists. Understand this truth: the smaller your circle, the stronger your kingdom. 8. When success turns friends into enemies. They loved you when you were ordinary. They clapped when you struggled, nodded when you dreamed, because your ambition didn't threaten them. But the moment you began to rise, the moment your name started echoing in rooms they weren't invited to, their smiles faded. Understand this: success doesn't change you, it exposes him to elevate himself. Every friendship around him undergoes a silent test. Some celebrate his rise. Most compare themselves to it. And the weakest resent it. The mirror effect. Success is a mirror, it reflects not your triumph, but their insecurity. When they look at you, they don't just see your growth, they see their stagnation. They remember every excuse they made for why they couldn't, and now you're living proof that they lied to themselves. Your achievements become a form of judgment without words. You didn't insult them. You didn't belittle them. You simply evolved, and that alone convicted them. So they begin to rewrite the narrative. He changed. He got lucky. He's arrogant now. No, you didn't change. You simply outgrew the cage they built for you. The emotional law of growth. Growth has a price, and the first payment time you climb a new level, you'll notice fewer familiar faces around you. It's not personal. It's gravitational. When you rise, your energy shifts. You begin to think differently, move differently, speak differently. Those who remain in mediocrity can't breathe in that altitude. They'll either evolve with you, or suffocate in resentment. This is the emotional law of growth. When you evolve, you outgrow not just habits, but people. Let them go. Don't chase them. Don't lower your vibration to keep company with those allergic to progress. The tree doesn't apologize for growing taller. The lion doesn't apologize for outgrowing the pack. And you should never apologize for becoming who they refuse to be. Why success feels lonely. People often say, it's lonely at the top. But that's not entirely true. It's not lonely because the top is empty, it's lonely because the fake can't survive the climb. Most people aren't built for the discipline, rejection, and sacrifice required to reach greatness. They prefer the comfort of the crowd. So when you break away, you expose their lack of courage. They'll interpret your focus as arrogance. Your silence as judgment. Your standards as pride. But none of those are true. You've simply learned that peace and progress require distance. And distance reveals who was truly with you, and who was merely nearby. The Machiavellian truth. Machiavelli taught that men are quicker to offend one who helps them than one who injures them. Why? Because help breeds obligation, and when your success benefits them, they'll tolerate you. But the moment it reminds them of their dependency, they'll despise you. Your glow humiliates their excuses. Your ambition invalidates their laziness. Your victory becomes their defeat. So don't expect applause. Expect silence. Don't expect loyalty. Expect withdrawal. Because in the economy of human emotion, admiration, scales of power tip. How to move when you start rising, both. Those who understand don't need justification. Those who don't will twist it anyway. Stop oversharing your victories. Privacy is power. Announce less. Move more. Let results speak, they can't be argued with. Detach from validation. You don't need to be understood. You only need to keep walking your path. Expect the drift. When people fall away, see it as nature pruning your life for greatness. Because success is not a destination, it's a filter. It separates those who love your soul from those who loved your struggle. And once you pass through that filter, you realize something profound. It was never you versus them. It was always you versus who you used to be. 9. How to. The modern world trains men to react, to argue, defend, explain, and prove. But reaction, the truly powerful man moves like still water, calm, unreadable, and untouchable. Emotional detachment isn't coldness, it's clarity. It's not about not feeling, it's about not being ruled by what you feel. The Stoic origin of detachment. The Stoics called it apatheia, not the absence of emotion, but freedom from being enslaved by it. Marcus Aurelius ruled the greatest empire of his time, yet wrote in his private notes, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." That's emotional detachment. You can't control betrayal, gossip, or jealousy, but you can control your reaction. When you stop reacting, you take away everyone's weapon against you. The man who can't be provoked cannot be defeated. Signs you're losing control. You know you're emotionally dependent when someone's silence disturbs your peace. Someone's approval determines your confidence. Someone's betrayal consumes your focus. That's slavery of the soul. You may appear free, but your mind is chained to external validation. The path to becoming untouchable begins with awareness. Notice what triggers you, then question why it has that power. Usually, it's because it touches your ego, not your essence. The Machiavellian art of observation. The Machiavellian man is an observer. He doesn't speak to fill silence, he speaks to measure, not to agree, but to detect intent. He knows that every emotion revealed is a tool that can be used against him. So he smiles strategically, reveals selectively, and acts deliberately. To the untrained eye, he looks calm. To the wise, he looks in control. Because control is power, and emotion leaks control. Never let them see what hurts you. Never let them read what excites you. Mystery is how to practice detachment daily. Respond, don't react. Pause before speaking. The moment of silence between stimulus and response is where your power lives. Observe without labeling. When someone betrays you, don't call them evil, call them human. This simple reframe removes the emotional sting. Expect impermanence. People, emotions, and situations are transient. Attachment to anything temporary guarantees suffering. Build inner rituals. Meditation, solitude, journaling, these remind you that your peace comes from within, not from applause or approval. Kill the need for closure. Those who hurt you. Their actions were the explanation. Emotional detachment is not equal to emotional deadness. To care without attachment is mastery. You can forgive freely, but not forget foolishly, the emotion, but you don't become the emotion. You let pain pass through you, not define you. It's like standing in the aisle around, but your center remains unmoved. That's the art of inner sovereignty. And the man who masters it becomes impossible to manipulate, because nothing external can reach him anymore. 10. The Stoic way, trust no one, respect all. At the highest level of awareness, you stop swinging between extremes. You neither trust blindly nor suspect endlessly. You simply observe. That is the essence of Stoic wisdom, balance. The paradox of human nature. Every human carries both loyalty and envy, honesty. A man who praises you today may resent you tomorrow, not because he changed, but because circumstances did. So the wise man doesn't rely on human consistency, he relies on his own discernment. Trust is earned slowly, lost quickly, and rarely regained. Therefore, trust no one completely, not out of fear, but out of realism. Respect everyone, because respect costs you nothing but grants you everything: clarity, peace, and control. The Stoic Code of Conduct. Be kind, but guarded. Kindness disarms enemies, but transparency empowers them. Give warmth, not your weapon, not words. Peace, but through patterns. A man's history predicts his loyalty. Stay grounded in solitude. The moment your peace depends on others, you're vulnerable. Keep solitude. No one's opinion echoes louder than your inner voice. Anticipate betrayal. Expecting betrayal isn't paranoia, it's preparation. It keeps your emotions ready but your soul steady. Forgive, but remember. Forgiveness frees you, but forgetting arms them. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, the wise man expects betrayal, but he never lets it poison his soul. Walking awake in a sleeping world. You don't need to hate anyone, hatred is still attachment. You don't need to isolate yourself, isolation is fear. You need awareness, the ability to see clearly without judgment. Walk through the world awake. Smile, but observe. Help, but don't depend. Love, but stay grounded. Caution is weakness. Caution without compassion is cynicism. And the Stoic path lives between those two: power with peace. Final reflection. Painful, but necessary. You'll lose friends. You'll face envy. You'll stand alone
Not
more
knowing what's
times
going
than
on
you
in my
expected.
business. That's what keeps me
But
up
in
at
that
night. The fact that we
solitude,
run
you'll
on
meet the only
Monday.com
person
and that
who
it
can
takes
never
our
betray you,
day-to-day and
yourself.
automatically turns it into
Once
graphs
you learn
and
to move
charts,
through
it's
life
visual,
with detached
it's crystal
compassion,
clear.
guarded
It was a real
kindness,
game changer
and
for us.
unshakable calm, you reach a rare level of freedom. You'll no longer fear betrayal, because you'll expect it. You'll no longer crave validation, because you'll validate yourself. And you'll no longer need to prove your worth, because your silence will do it for you. That's the Stoic way. That's what it means to walk
You don't have
among
to
snakes
manually enter
and
endless
never be
data or
bitten.
stare at cryptic
No one